I'm going to do the first part, and the first part is going to be about customizing your YouTube channel, creating playlists, sharing those playlists with other people so that they can also add to the playlist, uploading videos, things like that. And then Jody is going to be talking more about some different tips and tricks for how to search YouTube more effectively, and how to find different kinds of things on YouTube that you might not have known about before. So hopefully it'll be useful for everybody. I'm going to go ahead and drop in the CPDU sign-in sheet. So if you want CPDU credits, you can sign this, fill this in, but if you don't need that, then disregard. Okay. Okay. So first of all, you may or may not have realized this, but everybody in the district has a YouTube channel. So YouTube and Google are kind of one and the same, are together. Google owns YouTube, and so everybody actually has their own YouTube channel. So you don't have to actually create a new YouTube channel. Now, unfortunately, in my opinion, I'm not exactly sure why Google made this choice, but as of maybe a year or a few months ago, Google has made it so if you have an educational G Suite account, which is what we have, you can no longer create like a branded channel. So before, you could have, with your work email, you could have created another channel besides your like Alicia Dual channel or whatever. You could have created a channel that was like third grade math channel, or middle school comm channel or something like that. But you can't do that anymore. You can only just have a channel that is your linked to your, like, obviously clearly publicly linked to your email address through the school, which is fine. So that would be how you would have to actually go about doing your YouTube channel. So I am going to share my screen. Okay. Okay. So to access your YouTube channel, you would just go to youtube.com, or you can just click on the little waffle and you'll be able to go to YouTube from there. Now, you might notice this little 21 here in the top right. This is a channel that is based off of an email account that we created for our District 21 Info Services YouTube channel. So that's why it looks different. It's not my personal account. This is the YouTube account that we use for our Info Services YouTube channel. So when you first look at your channel, it's just like stuff that YouTube thinks you'll like based on your past browsing history. So clearly I like The Office. And so what you'll do though to start actually customizing and adding to your YouTube channel is you go to the little waffle here, or the little hamburger, the 3 lines, and click your videos. Okay. And then from here, you can click Customize. My channel does take a couple of clicks, but basically I'm trying to get you to the part where you can actually add your channel art, which is something that is a good way to customize your channel. So I'm gonna click Customize Channel again. And now I'm in this kind of customization view here. And so this photo here, I uploaded. And so when you go to this spot in your YouTube channel, it'll just be like gray, and it'll just give you the option to either use just different colors, or you can upload a photo. The photos do have some pretty specific dimension requirements that you can see when you actually click on here. But you can upload a photo. And just a hint, if you use Adobe Spark, which we have linked to our Google account, they actually have a template for YouTube channel cover art. So that's just something, if you're working on creating some cover art, you could use that, or just like a photo you can use as well. Okay. So really, as far as customization goes, the only thing that I've done to customize my channel, and is a good place to start, is just doing this cover art. Everything else you'll really do in the YouTube Studio, which is where you'll kind of edit videos, create playlists, share playlists, all of that stuff. Bridget, she says, I love Fat Tire. Yeah, it's a bike touring company that it's all over the world. So this one was in London. Okay, so this is how you would customize your cover art. But like I said, most of the stuff that you're going to do in order to work with your videos is going to be through YouTube Studio. So customize is really, for me, it was just about the cover art. YouTube Studio is where you can really kind of control your videos, your playlists, and things like that. So the dashboard for your YouTube Studio gives you some information. So you can see your channel analytics, what your top videos are, recent subscribers. They have like what's new, so some updates, which is kind of nice. But basically over here on the left is what you'll really use a lot. And so if you click on videos, and so again, this is if you already have videos uploaded, and I'll show you how to upload videos as well. So here are all of my channel videos, and they're listed in order of their publication dates. So you can see all the videos I've uploaded. And I really like this view because it lets you see how many views your different videos have gotten, which ones people have watched the most. And also you can see if there have been any comments, any likes, dislikes, what the visibility is, etc. Colleen, can anyone access our videos, or is it only accessible with a link? Yeah, I'll show you when you upload a video, you have options for how you want it to be listed. It's like public, unlisted, or private. All of mine on here are totally public because I didn't want anybody to have any issues accessing them. And I don't care if people from outside the district access these YouTube videos. But you do have options. So if you did it unlisted, somebody searching on YouTube wouldn't be able to just run across your videos because of keywords that they were searching with. They would only be able to access your videos if they had the link. That's unlisted. Private, I think you would have to specifically share it with specific individuals. Public, so my comment is make things public as much as possible. It just makes things so much easier. Publicly searchable or unlisted. You would just need to make sure that people had the links. Okay, so when you're in this view, and if you hover over a video, you can see that there are some options. You can edit the details, which you can edit the title, you can give your video a description, you can choose your thumbnail. So unlike Screencastify, unfortunately, does not let you choose the thumbnail at the front of your video, but YouTube does let you choose what thumbnail you want for your video. Now, when you upload your videos, YouTube does now have some new kind of restrictions or policies for if videos are made for kids. So you have to say, is this video made for kids? Yes, no. But you just need to say that. So for me, it was no, and then I don't have any age restrictions. So you can also, here's where you can change the video privacy settings. Like I said, mine's totally public. Unlisted, you just need to make sure people have the links, or private, only specific people can access. Here's the link to the video.
Alicia, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
I know that if you make the video, if you click it was made for kids, that means there's no comments allowed. Is that correct? Like if it's because I read that if you say yes, it's made for kids, then it disables comments. So
okay.
my videos, I've just been unlisting them because if the kids need to comment, I want them to be able to, but I don't want so I'm just clarifying.
Let's see, this one is one that was made for kids, so I'm just curious. I'm just opening it here, wondering if I can make comments. Yeah, comments are turned off. So Karen, you might be right about that.
I thought that I missed part of that, but I thought that comments were turned off for all of ours, weren't they?
Is Alicia frozen? Am I frozen?
I think Alicia's frozen. I'm not frozen. I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
But we've stopped. Okay.
That wasn't a good sound we heard.
Okay, I lost internet connection, so I'm joining on my phone, which is what I do if I lose connection. So something that you guys can do too, if you're in a Google Meet or something with students, you can just rejoin on your phone. Jody, do you want to take over for a couple of minutes while I just get myself back together?
So I think Jody left the meeting. Can people hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I'll try a little bit, Alicia, here.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So we were talking about comments. So Karen's comment was interesting to me, that she wants to see the students' comments. Because I've run my own channel and a building channel, I've always wanted the comments off, because especially with the building channel, I didn't want just random people just leaving odd comments that I couldn't control. Does that make sense to some people? So, I mean, the comment thing is something to think about. I mean, now that we're in e-learning, that would make sense. So mine looks a little different. Like Alicia was showing, this is my personal channel. And I will go to home and trending. Okay. So here I am. I haven't done anything too fancy. I haven't customized my channel yet. So you can kind of see mine's pretty much a blank slate, if that helps some people. I only really have 2 things uploaded to this, because most of the time I'm publishing to Cooper's channel. So I can see my history. I can also one thing that we do, and maybe I'll go to the Cooper channel, because on the Cooper channel I've done playlists. So I think sometimes that helps you see.
That's what I was going to comment on before I got frozen and kicked off, was the playlist option, because I feel like that would be the most helpful way to organize your videos for your students, you know, is like if you had multiple playlists for different units or different kinds of videos that you might be creating. And then what I would do is share the link to your playlist view, and then students will just, instead of seeing like your channel with all of like random videos, they just see the playlist, which is what I've shared for our CCSD 21 Information Services YouTube page. I just share a link to the playlist, which I'll drop in here. Sorry, Erica, go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I think I have to actually log out of where I am and go into Cooper's. Hold on. Here it is. There we go.
And so since we can't have branded channels anymore. And if you wanted to create a channel that was shared among team members, you still could do that. So one of you would create the channel or create the playlist, and then you would just invite other team members to be contributing members of your playlist. So like one person, I might have a playlist on one unit or one theme or something, and I might invite a team member to be a collaborator, and then we would both share the links with our students. So even though those students aren't mine, they can still have access to my playlist that their teacher has added to, I've added to, etc. So you can still definitely do team playlists and share them amongst your students. Does anybody have any questions while we're just kind of getting this loaded? We will show you. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you want me to show the other stuff while she gets that going, or?
Well, I've got some. I'd like to show the playlists.
Okay.
Erica, do you want me to show something, or are you almost loaded?
She gone?
I wonder. Okay. All right, I'm going to take over from Erica. And so this is when I click on playlists, here's all of my playlists. And so let's say I wanted to edit this digital storytelling playlist. So I'm going to click edit. And so right now there's only one video in it, but if I had more videos, they would be in a line right here. And so things that I can do with my playlist are I can edit the title, I can share it. So that would give me a shareable link. So if I wanted to put, let's say, a link to this playlist on my team website, or put it in Google Classroom and just say, here's a link to the playlist you should watch for this unit or this assignment, and I could just grab the link right here. And then also I can collaborate. So here's the key. Click collaborate. You have to toggle on, like, yes, collaborators are allowed to add to this playlist. And it's very easy. All you do is click copy. So this is kind of like an invite link. Click done. And then what I would do is send an email or a hangout to Jody or Erica or whoever I wanted to be able to allow to add to my playlist. And then they would just click that link, and then they would basically like click continue to accept the offer. And then they will have the option whenever they upload a new video. One of the options that they'll have is to add it to this digital storytelling playlist that is owned by Alicia Duell. Okay. Any questions about playlists? Okay.
Can you show me one more time? How did you get to playlists from the from your YouTube Studio page?
Yep. So here I am in the YouTube Studio page. I've got all my channel videos. So over on the left is kind of your table of contents for your YouTube Studio. You've got your dashboard, videos, playlist right here, okay. And it opens up a new tab, and it gives you just a list of all your playlists, and then you can click edit, and then you can see this playlist has more videos. So the Flipgrid one has like 7 videos in it. And then again, if I want to collaborate, I have to toggle it on. It was already on, I guess. Click copy, and then just send that link to whoever I want to collaborate with. Other things on the left are more analytics, comments, subtitles. There is an audio library, which is kind of cool. So if you really get into using YouTube and doing a lot of videos, they do have a bunch of audio, sound effects, free music and stuff. However, many of us have WeVideo accounts, and if you don't have a WeVideo premium account with the district and you want one, just let one of us know. But there's tons and tons of good music and sound effects on WeVideo too. So you're not relying necessarily on YouTube for that. Okay, I'm going to show you now how to upload a video and what you see once you upload a video. So you can upload a video based on one that you've created on Screencastify that you then download, or WeVideo that you then export, but you do need to have like some kind of file that's sitting on your computer. And then once you go to your YouTube channel, you just click create, just the big button with the video right here. Click upload videos. And then you can select your file. And I did a little test one this morning. So just double click it. You can upload MP4 files, WebM files. I think when you click download from a Screencastify, it's a WebM type of a file, that's fine. So here you can give it a title, description. You can choose a thumbnail. There usually will be one in here. Choose what playlist. So here's where you choose the playlist. So you can have multiple. So let's say this is a Tech Slam, and then it's also about WeVideo, or I can create a new playlist. So a video can sit in multiple playlists. Click done. And then here's where I say, yes, it's made for kids. And then if there's any age restrictions. So that's all. It's not like there's anything you need to do, or like they don't want you to make videos for kids. It's more like so they know, or they're like forcing you to say, yes, it's for kids, or no.
Can I say one thing about that though?
Sure.
Because I noticed this. You can put a card, and I don't think you're going to talk about cards, but if you've ever watched a video, sometimes a little card pops up that says, like, for example, we were doing a What's a Buzz. It was about making a recipe. And if you add the card pops up on the screen, and then the people can click it to go to the other link, and it doesn't allow you to add cards on a video if you have it for kids. So that's one of the things. I think there's a couple, but I think it's just because that way it's not like putting a card in that's going to direct them to a site that's inappropriate. So there's a couple of restrictions that happen. None of them really affect anything, but there is a little bit of a difference with it.
Okay, so comments, no comments, and then cards, no cards. Okay, and then you just click next, and then next, and then here's where you can say, how do you want to list it? And again, like I'm always for making things as public as possible, but if you would prefer, you can make it unlisted. You just have to make sure that your link is posted somewhere or sent somewhere. I don't really ever schedule anything. I just post it. Yeah, Colleen says, once you post a video, is it there forever, or can you delete it? You can definitely delete it. So then I would just click save. We'll just say public. Well, actually, let's say private, because I don't really want this on my YouTube channel. But I can delete it. Okay, so once I do that, it's now going to be popping right into my channel videos right here. And then if I want to delete it, I can just select it, delete forever. So very easy to delete videos. Okay, the last, a couple of things. You can upload multiple videos at once. So if you click your create and upload, you can like hold down the shift key and you can select multiple videos at once. That's new. Also, if you want to upload a video that is more than 15 minutes, you have to verify your Google account. So I just Googled that, like verify YouTube account, and it told me what to do. All it is you have to click something, and then it'll send you a code to your phone or an email address. I think just to make sure you're not a bot, and then you'll be able to upload videos longer than 15 minutes if you needed to do that. But you can't do it until you do the verification. Max file size is 128 gigs, which is giant, or 12 hours, which is whatever comes first. And then last thing I just want to show you is they do have a studio where you can edit videos. So let's say I wanted to edit this video. You would just hover, click on the pencil. And then right here on the left is an editor. Now we have WeVideo again, and also Screencastify has some editing features. So I've never used YouTube Studio. I feel like there's other things that I like better, but you can trim within YouTube. You can add music. You can even add blur, which apparently is to blur out faces. Again, never used it, but just kind of interesting to know that it's there. So this is here for you if you want to use YouTube editor. But again, we have WeVideo. So I think that was pretty much all that I wanted to talk about before I hand it over. Is there anything, Erica or Jody, you wanted to mention more or show more about this portion?
The only thing I was going to say about the editor is one thing that it's good for, and I'll give you an example, is I had uploaded a video and I had already sent out the link. And then I realized that I had made a mistake in it, and a kid who showed up I didn't want him to show up. And so, because if you pull down the video, then that link is dead. So it worked well in that case because I just cut off that one part with the kid.
Oh, and so, it kept the link the same.
And it kept the link the same. So for something really minor, I wouldn't try and do any like major editing, but if you realize you left too much on a video or you want to blur a face or something, but besides that, I think it's pretty clunky and better to do it in video. But for little editing, it's fine.
Jody, maybe you know, Jennifer is asking, is there a way to make it so a video cannot be downloaded? I don't know. Is that possible?
Well, because they're using by another person, you mean? Like, because usually when people are downloading it, they're pulling it, into one of those websites. That's the only way. You can always download your video.
Right, but
like if they bring it into that YMate or something like that, I don't know if there's a way to do that.
Yeah, so probably not. Probably not. Like you're not supposed to download other people's videos, but there's ways that you can if you really wanted to.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to Jody now.
So this is kind of like the flip side of that. So I'm going to show you what Alicia's been talking about has been more when you're creating. And these are just some tips and tricks that I've learned since I've been, more things for helping the kids use it. So the first thing, and actually this is for you too, that you might want to know about is there is a site called YouTube EDU, which some of you might have known about, but are you seeing my screen right now?
Yeah.
So this is YouTube EDU, and the nice thing about it is this is still YouTube, but they're all educational videos. So you're not going to get, if you're looking up California, you're not going to get a tourism video about California. So if I search for it, California, so all of these videos should be something educational. So you can see you're not seeing advertising, you're not seeing, and you can even be more specific than that and put pandemic, and then you're going to get even things more like that. And you can tell they're very factual and very, they should be reliable sources. Even nicer than that is I don't know if there's any bilingual teachers in here for Spanish, but it exists in Spanish too. So here you have YouTube EDU, and all of these videos are in Spanish. So that's a really nice feature that I didn't realize that YouTube had before. The other thing I wanted to show you is sometimes you're watching a video and you don't want the kids to see the whole thing. Like this is a pretty long video. So if I click to right here and I right click in it, I can copy this URL so that I can bring them right to the part of the video I want them to see. And that's all it is you just click copy URL at this current time. And if you click that and you send it to the kids, it'll start it where they want to watch it. So we've talked about Edpuzzle and things like that, but that would be another good use for that. I don't know if you're talking about Google EDU. I'm not sure. I know Spanish and English, and I can search and see if it's in Polish or Russian or anything like that, but for sure in English and Spanish. the other thing is when you're watching a video, I'm going to go back to, well, I can do it here too. When you're watching a video, Google has started to make closed captions on here. So if you click on CC, this is in Spanish. So now it's a computer doing the closed caption, so it's not going to be perfect. But for your students who maybe need to have the extra support of seeing the words while they're hearing it or something like that, you can turn on closed captioning right here. And the other thing is you can also change the speed. So if you feel, and these are things that you can't really send the kids that way, but you can tell them to do it or make a screencast and show them how to do it. And then you can change the speed so that maybe if it's a student who needs it to go a little bit slower, I don't know why you would have a student make it go faster. They might want to, but you probably don't. But you can go down to different speeds. And then so that's really all the tips and tricks in that area that I wanted to show you. I have a few more searching tips and tricks, but I wanted to see before I went on if there was any questions about that. And am I still here?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, Jody.
My Wi-Fi cuts out all the time, so I've been known to talk to myself for about 10 minutes. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend like I'm searching for a video. So I'm going to just go to regularyoutube.com. And this is another thing that once you know it, until you do, you might not. So if let's just say, and I'm looking for something about fish, then once I've got this, right here I have a filter. And in the filter, I can decide, and I use this row all the time because, for example, thinking about coronavirus, what you're going to see an hour ago is different than what you would see a year ago. So this is a really good filter to use when you're searching or when the kids are searching for things to just kind of keep in mind. Again, here you have different things you can search for. Actually, I think that might be new. I don't remember seeing that before. And then I think that this is a really good one too, the duration being short. And actually, I thought that this had a couple different choices, but right now it doesn't. And then you can sort it by the date and the rating and all of that. But probably my favorite thing to do, when we were in school, I used this all the time with the VR headsets. But even without the VR headsets, if I go down to this 360 video right here, all of these are 360 videos. So when they play, the kids can be scrolling around. So I think I'm going a little bit slow here, but you can see that as the video is playing, the kids can. I'm going to turn the mute off. So you can see that as it's scrolling around, it's in 360. So that's a really good filter to put on when you are, like I just saw as soon as I closed it for Katrina, she teaches global awareness, what a difference it is to see Spain in like just a kind of a boring video compared to letting the kids search around. Now, if and when we get back to school, the middle schools all have the VR headsets, and I know the elementaries have them sometimes. You can use the same VR, you can use those same videos and put them into VR mode, and then it'll play on the headsets. So a lot of times teachers are trying to find some special product or something to use with VR, but if you just go to YouTube and search for the 360 videos, you wouldn't believe, I mean, there's ones about the human body that you're getting a VR of inside the human body, or you're seeing, different parts of the world, space, they have a lot of VR in space, things like that. So those are just some tips and tricks. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the links to the YouTube EDU. I don't know if the link is going to end up copying or not, but I'll put those in the sidebar. And while I do that, are there any other questions or things that people have done that have worked for them? And no other questions? Alicia, anything else?
I don't think so. I guess, go for it. Play around with the YouTube. I think that it could be a great solution because I know some people have Google sites, like websites, and some people have run into issues where they're trying to upload a bunch of videos and it just slows your whole site down. Plus, it gets hard to kind of organize videos if you're kind of uploading them piecemeal. So especially now that we're doing so much with video, I think using YouTube, the fact that we have it and it's free and it's basically unlimited, is a great way to just keep a warehouse of the videos that you've created and then make it really easily accessible for students and other teachers. And then definitely avail yourselves of the shared collaborative playlists. So yeah, please let us know if there's any questions that you have. This is recorded, so we'll be posting it on our TechSlam page of the YouTube channel. So here I'm going to drop in the CPDUs again. But thanks for coming, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Good morning. Yeah.